What's up, family? Trail here, and we have some terrible news to share with you today, as well as a major warning message to our seniors and our Social Security recipients and all Americans. Now, before we get started, you guys already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now, let's go ahead and start with the video. Well, guys, last night during Monday Night Football, there was a sort of tragedy that ended up happening on the field during the Buffalo Bills game. Yes, the NFL had to postpone the Bills and the Bengals game after player Damar Hamlin ended up collapsing on the field. Now, guys, you can see this is kind of the aftermath of them surrounding and all of the players praying for this particular player. They ended up passing out after a tackle that happened. And yes, guys, this was pretty much in the first quarter. But anyways, guys, he ended up having to have CPR performed on him, as well as oxygen being brought in to supply to him, in which they were trying to recover him. But anyways, guys, he ended up being carried off the field in an ambulance. And guys, he is in critical condition right now at the hospital. So yes, guys, like I said, he ended up collapsing on the field. And now Damar Hamlin, which is the player for the Buffalo Bills, is in critical condition as of last night. But anyways, guys, we did hear from the governor of New York, which is Kathy Hochul, as well as Senator Chuck Schumer. They ended up sending some prayers out to the Bills player Hamlin after this particular incident on Monday Night Football. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know, just in case you want to join me in keeping him and his family in our prayers during this particular time. And hopefully he has a full recovery from whatever this incident that pretty much struck him during this particular football game. So anyways, guys, I just want to share that with you because it was a very scary moment, and it just made me think about all of those players that participate in this sport, what they have to deal with every single time that they get on the football field and play another head collision game. So anyways, guys, definitely keep him in our prayers. As well as we also heard from the actor Jeremy Renner previously last week. He was in a accident in regards to a snow plowing machine, in which he is in critical condition as well. And we just heard from his representative that he just had surgery and he is doing okay, but he is still in critical condition. So we also want to keep him in our prayers in the meantime as well. So hopefully you guys will join me in doing so. Now, moving on, we do want to talk about the latest information in regards to the influx of migrants trying to cross over the border. This pretty much recently happened over the weekend, in which migrants, about 300 of them, ended up crossing over. And guys, they ended up having to close a national park down because of this arrival of around 300 migrants. Now, it says right here that the National Park Service closed a park in Florida Keys on Monday after about 300 migrants arrived there over the weekend. The temporary shutdown at Dry Tortugas National Park, about 70 miles from Key West, could stretch through the week as police and emergency responders assist the migrants, according to some park officials. Now, this particular national park closure, which is expected to last several days, is necessary for the safety of visitors and staff because of the resources and space that is needed to attend to the migrants. And across the entire Florida Keys, at least 500 migrants arrived over the holiday weekend. The recent wave of migration is being spurred by economic turmoil in Cuba and other parts of the Caribbean. This particular national park has shut down because of this huge issue that America is dealing with, the influx of thousands and thousands of migrants crossing over the border, trying to get to safe havens in the United States. But what is President Biden going to do about this? We can't live like this, guys. We can't continue to allow so many migrants continue to enter into the United States. We need some form of process being established as well as being implemented. But guys, I want to get your take on this. What do you think about this? Do you think that this should be normal? This should be allowed for these migrants from anywhere across the border to be able to come over into the United States? Or do you think that there should be an immediate blockage of this until we can figure out how to deal with this. Otherwise, saying that we need a process in place and it needs to be on a federal level. I want to know what you guys think about this. So if you have a chance, feel free to comment down below in the comment section and let me know what you think about this, because guys, individuals have traveled to this particular area in Florida expecting to go to the national park, and just to get there and finding out that this park is going to be closed for at least several days because of the migrants, 300 of them. Guys, this is definitely not expected, and Americans are not happy about this, guys. And I know the former President Donald Trump is definitely not happy as well. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this, and we'll talk about this later. Moving on, guys, we do want to talk about millions of Americans are at risk of losing their Medicaid because this is a new provision under the latest spending bill, which is around $1.7 trillion by the federal government that was signed by President Biden last week. There is a provision that is tucked away in this particular bill, which is about 4,000 pages. Yes, guys, this is going to cause millions of Americans to officially lose their Medicaid benefits. Now, it says that millions of people who enrolled in the Medicaid public health insurance program during the COVID pandemic could lose their coverage sometime in the spring if their state determines that they no longer meet the program's eligibility requirements. Now, enrollment in Medicaid surged 30% to more than 83 million people just during the pandemic, after Congress basically barred states from kicking people out of the program for the duration of the federal public health emergency declared in response to COVID-19. Now, tucked away inside of the 4,000-page, $1.7 trillion spending bill that the federal government signed last week, which is going to give them enough money to have enough spending throughout September of this year, there is a provision that would eliminate the Medicaid coverage protections from the public health emergency. Instead, states could start terminating recipients' coverage as early as April of this year if they no longer meet the program's eligibility criteria. So again, like I said, as of April the 1st, Medicaid agencies conducting redeterminations for people enrolled in the program can result in a termination of Medicaid coverage, according to the Director of Federal Policy at the National Association of Medicaid Directors. Whereas right now, since COVID-19 public health emergency started, states were not allowed to terminate Medicaid coverage. So yes, guys, like I said, this particular bill, the spending bill, was actually signed already, so it is officially into law, which means that this particular piece of legislation that is tucked away inside of this huge spending bill, yes, guys, this is going to allow different states to determine whether or not the public health emergency is going away, which means that they can officially get those individuals to be removed from Medicaid benefits. This could affect thousands, if not millions of Americans that have pretty much gotten into Medicaid because of COVID-19 pandemic. So again, guys, yes, if you don't necessarily meet the criteria in which you did meet it because of the public health emergency, but you no longer meet the other qualifications, yes, this is going to affect you. And basically, you could be forced to be removed from your Medicaid benefits by as early as April of this year. So again, guys, like I said, millions of people, millions of Americans are at risk of losing their Medicaid sometime in the spring under this new provision that has already been signed into law. Like I said, this could happen as early as April. But guys, you definitely want to research your particular situation, because I'm sure that this is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm sure it is specific in regards to each individual. So you definitely want to read up more information about this to find out whether or not you will be removed from your Medicaid benefits. And if you are going to be removed, you definitely want to use as much benefits as you can before that deadline actually comes in April. So anyways, guys, like I said, Medicaid is going away for millions of Americans. Now, moving on, guys, we do know that recently they did approve of a huge increase for our Social Security recipients, which is considered as the COLA increase, or the cost of living adjustment, in which this is going to be affecting about 70 million Americans, and they will see 8.7% increase in their Social Security benefits, as well as their Supplemental Security Income, or better known as the SSI payments, sometime this year in 2023. However, we just received information, guys, that not everyone is going to qualify for this increase, which, like I stated, guys, this increase is the biggest that we have ever seen in over the last 40 years, which is an 8.7% increase in the Social Security benefits and the SSI payments. But again, guys, I'm bringing the bad news to you today because this is not going to affect every American that is on Social Security. Yes, every American will not receive the maximum amount of around 8.7% increase. We do have information right here which states that Social Security, why not everyone will get an 8.7% COLA increase in 2023. Now, it reads right here, guys, that Social Security recipients will soon find out what their new monthly payments will be in 2023 after the recent calling for the COLA increase to be around 8.7% kicks off in January. Now, beginning in December, the Social Security Administration will start mailing COLA notices to beneficiaries providing details on this year's payment amounts. I told you guys on the previous video that you should be receiving letters. Everyone should be receiving letters, and this information is very important, and do not throw away that letter from the Social Security Administration. So hopefully you guys did receive that letter and you did hold on to it, because it gives you specific information, as well as you are also going to be needing that information when you file your tax return, if you file one, of course. But anyways, it does state right here that you might wonder why you have to wait for the Social Security Administration, or SSA, to tell you the new amount when you could simply multiply your current payment by 8.7%. That's not exactly how it works. However, some payment increases will be higher than 8.7% and some payments will be lower than that. And the reason is that the COLA is applied to your primary insurance amount rather than the current benefit. And the two are not always the same. Now, according to the SSA, the PIA is the benefit you would get if you elect to begin receiving retirement benefits at your normal or your full retirement age. At this age, the benefit is neither reduced for early retirement nor increased for delayed retirement. And the PIA formula sounds like something you'd study in college calculus course. It's based on the sum of three separate percentages of portions of average index monthly earnings, according to the SSA, as well as this information is also on the Social Security Administration's website as well, in case you want to read more up on it. But anyways, guys, it does say that the portions depend on the year a recipient reached the age of 62 years old, as well as when they became disabled before the age of 62, or either they died attaining the age of 62 years old. So again, guys, they are saying that this COLA increase of 8.7% is not going to affect all of our Social Security recipients. Some recipients are going to receive more than that, and some recipients are going to receive less than that. It all depends upon when you turn the age of 62. Now, again, guys, I would encourage you to go to the SSA.gov's website to find out more information about this, to figure out how it affects you and your family or your household, because this information is very crucial, because you could be thinking that next week you're going to be receiving an 8.7% increase on your SSI payment or your Social Security payment, and then to find out that you actually receive less than that is going to be a very challenging time. So anyways, guys, I want to encourage you to research this information to find out more and to find out exactly how much you are going to be eligible to receive once you receive your payments starting next Wednesday. But again, guys, if you're not necessarily worried because you are just excited to get the increase altogether, then don't necessarily worry about this at all. Just wait for you to receive your payment, and then you will find out the exact amount of your COLA increase that is going to affect you or one of your family members in your household. So again, guys, I just want to let you guys know that not everyone is going to be receiving the huge increase of 8.7%. You might receive less than that. But anyways, guys, moving on, we do have a little bit of information in regards to the former president, Donald Trump. And yes, guys, he is struggling right now. He is having a hard time, especially after after the January 6th committee released all of that information in regards to what Donald Trump did on the day, January 6th, during the Capitol riot. But anyways, guys, moving forward from that time, which we are now reaching the 2-year anniversary mark sometime this week. And yes, guys, they're saying that Donald Trump is finding it harder and harder to get media coverage after some of the news outlets reportedly ignored him during his New Year's Eve party in Mar-a-Lago. Yes, guys, we can see right here in this particular message that Trump actually invited the press media and finding out what their media availability was. And he was trying to get a slot for them to show up to Mar-a-Lago to kind of do some video of this particular event that he throws every single year. And guys, we have some startling news. It says right here that not a single cable news network wanted to cover the story. Yes, guys, this is definitely heartbreaking for the former President Donald Trump, because we all can agree that he does like a lot of attention, in which that is exactly why he invited the press to this particular event. But anyways, it does state that no cable network actually wanted to cover it, which is shocking, guys, especially not to see that Fox News wanted to actually cover this story. But anyways, guys, that is just the latest information that we have on the former president. I know this is not much, but it does really affect him and his longevity in regards to running during the next presidential race, because if he is unable to get any type of media coverage right now, what is it going to be like over the next 2 years? But anyways, guys, just wanted to share that information with you. And last but not least, guys, we do have a big warning message coming out of North Korea. And that is because their president, Kim Jong-un, he is calling for an exponential increase of a nuke arsenal. Yes, guys, we all know that he is trying to definitely increase the amount of nuke military assistance that he has in his country. The North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, called for exponential growth of his country's nuclear arsenal in a recent ruling party meeting. And yes, guys, his particular remarks underscores his intent to push for more nuclear production and potentially run more weapons tests over the next few years. He wants to have more than the United States, as well as more than China, as well as more than South Korea as well. So anyways, guys, we do want to keep our minds focused on this in the background, because we definitely want to continue to watch exactly what he is doing, just in case he is ready to strike the United States. But obviously, guys, we don't expect him to be doing anything as foolish as that anytime soon. But anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today, and I hope all this information was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the links down below, because it offers a great way for you to be able to support this channel, as well as some opportunities for you to receive some free money, some free cash, as well as free Amazon Prime membership for 30 days or even as much as 6 months, as well as Rakuten is giving out $30 for all new customers who use the platform for the first time. If you are interested in any of those, hey, those links will be down below. But anyways, guys, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.